Winter Storm Hernando has gone down in the record books. From February 22nd to 24th, a historic bomb cyclone slammed the Northeast, becoming one of the most powerful nor'easters since the blizzard of 1996. Wind gusts reached hurricane force along the New England coast. Whiteout conditions shut down 5 states. Travel bans were enforced across New York, New Jersey, and Massachusetts, and more than 9,000 flights were canceled over several days. The snowfall totals were staggering. New Jersey recorded up to 30.7 inches in some communities, with Newark Airport shattering its previous all-time record. New York saw over 31 inches in places. Connecticut reached 30.8 inches. Pennsylvania reported 22 inches. Delaware 21, and Maryland 16. Central Park in New York City officially logged its first blizzard since 2017. Providence, Rhode Island, recorded 37.9 inches, Arbor-Girens for resorts, Arbor-Insav, in sudden shares, the largest single snowfall in that city's recorded history. Not the record for this decade, not this century, ever. As of today, Friday, February 27th, more than 600,000 homes remain without power. At least 13 lives have been lost. AccuWeather has classified the storm as a billion-dollar disaster, and full recovery across the region is expected to take weeks. In the Northeast today, the immediate concern is no longer snowfall, it is ice. Temperatures are climbing into the low 40s across New York, Boston, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C., and that melting snow looks harmless in the afternoon. But tonight, when temperatures drop back below freezing, every wet sidewalk and driveway becomes a sheet of nearly invisible ice. That hidden refreeze is one of the most underreported dangers following a major snowstorm. New York City sits at 42 degrees Fahrenheit today with a low of 30 tonight. Boston will reach 40 with a low of 28. Philadelphia is at 41 with over 18 inches of snow still melting across many unplowed side streets. Washington, D.C., picked up more than 12 inches, significant for a city not built for heavy snow, with main roads clearing but neighborhoods across Virginia and Maryland remaining icy through tonight. In western New York, Buffalo is still seeing 0.2 inches of lake-effect snow off Lake Erie at 34 degrees. Rochester sits at 36 with a wind chill near 15. Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine remain deep in winter conditions with Montpelier at 32 degrees and Augusta receiving additional snowfall. Across the Midwest, it is a different kind of danger today. Not dramatic, but serious. Chicago is at 36 degrees with a wind chill of -5. Detroit sits at 34 with a wind chill of 10. Minneapolis and St. Paul are the coldest major metro areas in the country at 32 degrees, with a wind chill of -15. That level of cold can cause frostbite on exposed skin in under 20 minutes. Fargo is at 28, Bismarck at 30. The northern plains remain locked in unrelenting winter. Conditions improve considerably as you move south and west. Nashville is at 48 degrees and overcast. Memphis reaches 52 with partly cloudy skies. Atlanta is at 54 with light rain. The Gulf Coast is warm. Baton Rouge and New Orleans are both at 68 degrees, with high humidity across Louisiana, Mississippi, and coastal Georgia. Florida is experiencing its typical late February warmth, with Miami, Orlando, and Cape Coral all between 76 and 78 degrees. Across Texas, Houston is at 72 degrees, San Antonio at 74, and Dallas and Fort Worth between 68 and 70. However, a serious fire weather warning is in effect across the Oklahoma and Texas high plains today. Low humidity, dry air, and sustained winds above 20 miles per hour are creating dangerous conditions. A single spark from a cigarette, a downed power line, or burning debris can spread across dry grass faster than emergency crews can respond. Outdoor burning should be avoided entirely in rural Oklahoma and the Texas Panhandle today. In the Mountain West and Southwest, Denver is at 48 degrees and sunny. Salt Lake City matches it at 48, with excellent mountain snowpack heading into spring. That's good news for the water supply across the region. Phoenix is at 75 degrees. Las Vegas is at 68. Albuquerque reaches 58 with light winds. On the West Coast, Los Angeles is 68 degrees with an ocean breeze and excellent air quality. San Diego is at 66, and the Bay Area sits at 62 to 64 degrees. Seattle and Tacoma are at 48 with steady rain and southerly winds. Portland is at 52 with nearly half an inch of rainfall. Wet roads in the Pacific Northwest are just as hazardous as icy roads in the Northeast. Painted lane markings, wet leaves, and moss-covered sidewalks all become slippery in rain. Looking ahead to the next 10 days, the pattern across the eastern United States is going to be volatile and impactful. This weekend, a clipper system dropping out of Canada will bring 1 to 3 inches of snow to Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Iowa, and Nebraska. Sunday into Monday, a more significant system develops as cold Arctic air meets moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. The Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, and Northeast are at risk for another 3 to 8 inches of snow. The Mid-Atlantic, Richmond, Washington, Baltimore, could see freezing rain or a dangerous wintry mix Sunday night into Monday morning. Tuesday through Wednesday, March 3rd and 4th, heavy snow is expected for upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, with 6 to 10 inches forecast and higher elevations potentially exceeding a foot. The mountains of West Virginia and the Green Mountains of Vermont could see 15 inches or more from this system. The most significant development in the 10-day outlook falls on Wednesday and Thursday, March 4th and 5th. A deep trough ejecting out of the Rockies is expected to drive into the Central Plains and scoop enormous amounts of warm, moist Gulf air northward through the Mississippi Valley. The result is a major rain and flooding event potentially stretching from Dallas all the way to Chicago, with 2 to 4 inches of rainfall possible in 48 hours. The highest flooding risk falls across a corridor from Oklahoma City north through Kansas City, Springfield, St. Louis, and Indianapolis. Ground that is still partially frozen cannot absorb water at normal rates, so runoff will move quickly into rivers, streams, and low-lying neighborhoods. The Weather Prediction Center has already highlighted this zone for a potential moderate to high risk of excessive rainfall and flash flooding. Beyond March 5th, both the GFS and European forecast models agree on a dramatic pattern flip for the eastern United States. A powerful ridge of high pressure is expected to build across the southeast and push northeast, sending temperatures from 10 to 20 degrees below normal all the way to 20 to 30 degrees above normal. Cities still buried in snow today could see afternoon temperatures in the mid-60s by the second week of March. This extraordinary warmth surge, well outside what is normal for a date still technically in winter, is expected to last from approximately March 5th through March 15th. The Storm Prediction Center has flagged the window of March 5th through 11th as the most significant, severe weather period of this early spring season, with organized outbreaks of damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes a realistic possibility across the Mississippi and Tennessee valleys. This has been U.S. Storm Center. We will continue monitoring every major weather system affecting the continental United States and will provide updates as conditions evolve. Stay alert, stay informed, and stay safe.